I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about what kind of relationships last. Well, the reason that we're doing this video is because Margaret came across an interesting article talking about different types of commitments. They call it commitment types. So she thought it was interesting and had some ideas about it, so we're going to talk about it today. Margaret, what was this article?
Okay, this was an attempt by psychologists to do a study that would help to predict whether or not your relationship would last, and what components of your relationship would make that happen. And they went to a great deal of trouble to do it, and it was a psychologist named Dr. Gary Lewandowski. At, I think, one of the universities in New York. I think it was the New York University system.
And it was a huge study, wasn't it?
It was a huge study. They took 376 couples and followed them over the better part of a year.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
They only took couples who said that they intended to wed.
Okay.
So the study was focused around intention to wed.
Okay.
And, you know, which couples fell in which patterns and so forth and so on.
Okay.
So when the research was done and all the information was looked at, the types of relationships fell into 4 groups.
Okay.
Okay? The first group is called dramatic.
Dramatic. What does that mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
All right.
This group had an up and down type of relationship with more downturns and steeper changes in commitment than other groups.
Okay.
So they had dramatic highs and lows.
So it was a very intense relationship.
Absolutely. And not stable.
Okay.
I loved you yesterday. Today you're a complete creep.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm never speaking to you again.
Okay.
So more downturns and more steeper changes in commitment than the other groups.
Okay.
I was going to marry you, but now I'm not. These individuals spent more time apart and had lower opinions of the relationship.
Okay.
And their families and friends were less supportive of their relationship. So can't you see it now? Nobody likes him, I told you that. Okay? And so they were on again, off again. And dramatic and relationship don't often go well together. Drama and relationship.
Sure.
Not a good idea to have them in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. That was 34% of the people who participated in the study. Yeah.
That's pretty high.
I was alarmed at how high that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you get a picture of a couple who fights all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to the wedding with you next week.
You got people that are probably caught in the anxious avoidant trap.
Yep.
People that have had a lot of trauma.
Yep.
And don't have very good communication skills, would be my guess.
They want a distance. They could be both avoidant because they want a distance from each other all of the time. There's nothing to do that as well as a good fight.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the next group, which was 30% of the sample, was called partner-focused.
Okay.
This group had a my partner is the center of my universe approach to commitment and experienced very few downturns. Their changes in commitment hinged on how much time they could spend together.
Okay.
Whereas the first crowd, remember, this is all about intention to wed. I'm not marrying him this month. But the partner focused were pretty steady. The more time we get to spend together, the better it is. But You don't get the sense there's quite as much craziness here.
Yeah.
Okay, the next crowd is socially involved.
Okay.
That was 19% of the sample.
Okay.
This group experienced very little variability and fewer downturns. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty stable. When changes occurred, they were largely determined by the amount of interaction with their social network.
Okay.
And what those friends and family thought of the relationship. So you think of some of those young folks who have, a big group where some are dating others, and they all go out in a group. So they were more steady. That was 19% of the sample.
Okay.
And then there was conflict-ridden. That was 12%. This group includes fighters, like the dramatic group.
Okay.
This group had a large number of downturns. The sizes of the changes were not as steep as the dramatic group, but they were disproportionately due to conflict in the relationship. Okay? Those in this cluster also reported fewer positive things to say about the relationship than those in the partner-focused group, and less support from family and friends than in the socially involved group. Okay, so here's the big question. You can vote. Which kind of pattern do you think worked the best to predict a longer-lasting relationship?
Give the choices for everybody.
Yes, I will go over it again.
Okay. Which do you think had the best pattern?
Yeah, that's going to last.
That's going to last.
There's the dramatic, which was the biggest group, remember, who had up and down type of relationship with more downturns and steep changes in commitment than other groups. So they were just that. They were dramatic. All right. Partner focused. The partner is the center of the universe, and life is all about commitment and how much time we get to spend together. Okay. Next is socially involved, the folks with the big crowd of friends, and that was 19% of the sample. They had fewer changes, and when changes occurred, it was largely determined by the amount of interaction with the social network and what the friends and family thought about the relationship.
Okay.
All right. And the last one is conflict-ridden. That was 12%, and they fight all the time, big time.
Okay.
Not quite as dramatically as the first crowd, but all the time. Individuals in the dramatic group were more than twice as likely to break up than any of the other three groups.
Wow.
Okay?
Not a surprise, but...
No, not a surprise. Those in the partner-focused group were more likely to have their relationship progress. For instance, advancing from casual to serious dating. Okay? So they were the most likely to make progress.
Yep.
Taken together, these results suggest it is good to be partner-focused, but not dramatic. In other words, those who frequently experience substantial fluctuations in their commitment should have concerns about the relationship's long-term sustainability. I used to share an office with a woman who was engaged to be married, and they would have fights on the phone every afternoon at 4:30, and I kept saying, I don't know that this is a good idea for you, honey. And they had big fights every afternoon at 4:30. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that, of course, by the time she got home, nobody was speaking to anybody.
Maybe that's why they did it.
Well, you have to wonder. But it clearly wasn't working. And as we can see, the people who fight all the time, thank God that was a lower level, they didn't do too well either.
Yeah.
The social people, I would think, probably did the second best.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense too.
Yeah. If only because it's healthy to have friends. However, they have to be careful that they make their own decision.
Yeah.
And that it's not made by what family and friends think about how the relationship is going.
All right.
So I thought it was moderately useful and thought I would share it. So partner focused is, what a surprise, right? If it's all about your beloved, of course it has a better chance to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Well, hopefully you like this one. Margaret is always doing research, looking for things that she thinks you guys would enjoy. So give her a thumbs up on the video. And of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
If you think I can be helpful to you, please feel free to contact me. I'd love to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.